Straight Ballin, Commissioner Flex, bringing you your week 2 edition of the Fantasy Flex. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Click and play on the little box. Let's get up into last week's matchups. And they went a little something like this. You got the Polk County Pistols taking on the Bronx Hoop Stars. Pistols taking that matchup 1785 to 1416. Leading scorer for the Pistols, Zach Randolph, with 176 points in last week's matchups. Leading scorer for the Hoop Stars, Kevin Garnett, with 148 points in last week's loss. Next matchup put the Cali Ballers up against the Philadelphia 76ers. The Cali Ballers had 1284 to the 76ers 1214. Leading scorer for the Cali Ballers was Andre Kirilenko with 152 points. Leading scorer for the Philadelphia 76ers is Steve Nash with 151 points on the year. Next matchup we have here on the list, or on the ballot, the bucket, whatever you want to call it, will be between Super Megatron and the Florida L Heat. Super Megatron takes this matchup here 1416 to 1191. Leading scorer for the Super Megatrons was Manu Ginobili with 143 points in the matchup. Leading scorer for the Florida L Heat was Paul Millsap with 159 points. Let's move on up over here to the next matchup, our fourth matchup of the week, which was between the Ankle Breakers and the K-Town Riders. The Ankle Breakers taking that matchup, pretty close matchup, 1656 to 1645. Leading scorer for the Ankle Breakers was Darren Williams with 164 points in the matchup. Leading scorer for the Riders was Gerald Wallace with 159 points last week. And we move on over here to our last matchup of the week, which is between the Rip City Ballers and Team Castor. Rip City takes this matchup 1582 to 1508. Leading scorer for the Rip City Ballers, Kevin Love, with 266 points. As you know, he had that big 31-30 game. Team Castor, leading scorer of the week was John Wall with 140 points. And let's get up into a preview of this week's matchups. This week you got the 2-0 Polk County Pistols taking on the 2-0 Rip City Ballers. Two heavyweights right now going down. Very active owners here, so let's see how it goes down this week. Good luck, Rip. Know you're you know what I'm saying, good competitor, hard competitor to go up against. Second matchup, you got Team Castor with his 1-1 record taking on the 0-2 K-Town Riders. Let's see how that matchup goes. The K-Town Riders looking for their first win. Team Castor looking to rebound here and get his streak going here. Next matchup, you got Super Megatron, who are 2-0, taking on the Cali Ballers, who is 1-1. Excuse me. Very active owners here. They play in my baseball league, so I know it's going to be a tough matchup. Good matchup to watch throughout the week. Next matchup, you got the Philadelphia 76ers taking on the Bronx Hoop Stars. 76ers 0-2, Hoop Stars 0-2. Both teams seeking their first win. I think I got to find an owner for the 76ers because I don't see a name here. Then you got the 1-1s going on in the last matchup here. You got the Florida L Heat taking on the New York Ankle Breakers. Like I said, both teams are 1-1, looking to move up in the division. And speaking of divisions, let's take a look at how the divisions are creeping out as of the first 2 weeks. Right now, Division 1 is being headed right now by 2 teams, so this week's matchup is going to determine who's on top. You got the Rip City Ballers and the Polk County Pistols both holding down Division 1 with 2-0 records. Team Castor right behind there at 1 game back with a 1-1 record. Then you got the K-Town Riders and the Bronx Hoop Stars, both 0-2, 2 games back in Division 1. Division 2, you got that being headed right now by Super Megatron. He's got his 0-2 or his 2-0 record. Then you got 3-1-1 teams. So you got 3 teams right there. So it's a tight division race in Division 2. 1-1 teams would be the Cali Ballers, the New York Ankle Breakers, and the Florida L Heat. And then you got the 0-2 Philadelphia 76ers holding down the bottom of that division. Got to find an owner for that team, I'm pretty sure. So let's go ahead and take a look into the league leaders and the standings and the stats. Let's get up into it. Field goals made. That's going to the Rip City Ballers. He's got 982 field goals made throughout the year so far. He is over plus 30 on the next team behind him, which will be Team Castor, who's got 956. Field goals attempted. I don't really need to go into all that. Let's go into the field goal or free throws made. That's going to the Rip City Ballers as well. He's got 557. He's plus 25 up on the Cali Ballers, who got 522. 3-pointers made. That's going to the Polk County Pistols with 197. Plus 22 up on the Ankle Breakers, who got 175 3-pointers made so far. Offensive rebounds, that's going to the Rip City Ballers with 338 rebounds. on the year so far. Next team behind him would be the Polk County Pistols, who's got 255, so a strong hold down in that category. Defensive rebounds is going to the Rip City Ballers as well. He's like plus 40 or 38 on me on that category. He's 760 to 722. So I'm trying to creep. Let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? You can't really do much about your schedule. I got Mad Nick, so when they don't play, my team don't play. Rebounds, that's going to overall rebounds. Big ups to the Rip City Ballers, Mr. Crook. First person to break 1,000. He's about to break 1,100 right now, actually. He's got 1,098 rebounds so far. So he's definitely 100 plus on the next teams behind them, which would be the Polk County Pistols and the K-Town Riders. I just have 977, so I'm not even at that mark yet. Assist is going to the Cali Ballers, 548 assists. He's plus 45 up on the Ankle Breakers, who got 504 so far in the year. Steals, that's going to the Team Caster. He's got 203. He's plus 23 up on the Rip City Ballers, who have 180, and the Polk County Pistols, who both teams have 180, so they're tied for second place in that category. Blocks is going to the Pistols with 157, plus 17 on the Cali Ballers, who got 140. Turnovers go on the top and the bottom on this one. Rip City Ballers have the most turnovers in the league so far, 345. The team with the least amount will be the Philadelphia 76ers, who's got 255. Let's see. Only team that's got a person to get ejected so far. We have a leader in that category. Goes out to the Cali Ballers. Let's see. Personal fouls. Team with the most personal fouls, the Rip City Ballers, but I'm right behind them. Rip City Ballers got 482. I got 478. Team with the least amount will be the 76ers with 290. It's probably because the team's not moving around and the team's not active. Probably gonna have to set that lineup if I can't get nobody to replace it. Let's see what we got here. Double doubles. Team with the most double doubles so far, Rip City. He's got 30. Next team behind him will be the Florida L Heat, who have 26, and the team with the least amount will be Team Caster with 13. Triple doubles. We do have a leader in that category now, and that goes to the Florida L Heat, who's got 2. Then you got 1, 2, 3, 4 other teams that have got 1. So let's move on over to the points category on the year so far. The team that has put out the most points this year, we got 2 teams with over 2,500 points, but the team leading right now will be the Rip City Ballers. So big ups to Mr. Crook again. He's got 26-12, 2,612 points. Team Casters broke the 25 mark with his 2,519 points on the year so far. And the team with the least amount of points is going to the Florida L Heat, who got 1,771 points on the year so far. Those are points scored in the actual game. Points for, I guess I could do that category, throw it in there. The Rip City Balls right now have got the most points put out throughout the league as far as fantasy points. He's got over 5,000. He's got over 300 more than the next team in line, which would be myself, the Pistols, who's only got 4,728 points. Team that's had the most points up against, or basically the team that's had the hardest matchup, I guess is what I like to look at it as, will be the K-Town Riders, who have had 5,099 points, almost 5,100 points put up against them. So let's see here, streaks. You got 2, 3 teams with 2 streaks in a row, which would be the 2-0 teams, the Ballers, Megatron, and the Pistols. And most active, I guess if we could throw that down there, moves would be myself, the Pistols, and the Cali Ballers right behind me with 7 moves each on the year. Least active team would be Super Megatron. That's weird. Philly 76ers, now that I'm looking here, says he's actually made 3 moves. So maybe the guy is active. I'm going to have to throw him an email, shout him out, you know what I'm saying, do whatever. But this has been the Week 2 edition of the Fantasy Flex. This is Flex. I'd like to thank you guys for coming through, tuning into the show. See you guys next week. You know what I'm saying? Check into your roster, just play it. You know what I'm saying? It's, hey, you ain't got to look at it. Holla. Flex out.